Hi guys, let's make pilau. And also we are going to make this special sauce, pilipili wa kukaanga. Hi there, welcome to my channel. So today we're going to make pilau and pilipili wa kukaanga on the side. So that's basically just chili in ukwaju sauce. So in the meantime, I have my meat boiling and I'm going to add ginger. So it boils with the meat. So I had pounded my ginger. I'm going to add it and it's going to boil and it will help the meat soften up. And of course, this will be the base of our pilau. So we want flavor. So this will boil, and then once it's soft, I'm going to now add the onions, the potatoes, and the rice. In the meantime, let's wait for it to boil. So our meat is soft enough, so I've removed excess stew, the one that was boiling with the meat. I'll use that also. I'll add it to the water when I'm adding the rice. So I've browned my meat. I like it golden brown. So here's the part where I'm going to add the onions. So we're going to stir the onions in so that they can also get golden, and the more onions the better. So I'm using red onions, and then I'm going to add the garlic paste. So let's stir this until it's golden first. So these are my onions. I want them to brown so that I can add the garlic, because if I add the garlic now, the garlic might start burning. So yeah, let it brown, then I add the garlic and then the rest. So our onions are brown, so I've just added the garlic. We're going to let it brown a bit, and then I'm going to add the spices and my potatoes. So our garlic is mixed in properly with the onions. I'm going to add the spice. So I'm going to use pilau masala. Tablespoon is enough for me. It depends with how much you want the pilau masala in your food. So I'm also going to add salt, and then I'm going to add my potatoes. So I've added 2.5 cups of washed rice, and using the same measurement, the same cup, I will add 5 cups of water. So whatever you put, like the measurement of your rice, you add, it's times 2. So 2.5 for the rice, and then now 5 cups for the water. So this is 4 cups. The 5th cup is now the remaining beef stock that I have. So I'm going to also add it here. So we had boiled our meat with the ginger paste. So that stock is very important. Once your meat is done, you just want to save that stock. So this is my beef stock. I'm going to add it in. And then we are going to cover this up, and of course once it starts to boil, we are going to taste the quantity of salt and adjust. And yeah, so let it boil. So it has started boiling, and I have checked the salt, it's perfect. So I'm going to let this boil a bit, and then I'm going to make the heat come down to medium. But in the meantime, we're going to make our pilipili that will go with our pilau. So it's pilipili wa kukaanga. It's basically chilies that has been sauteed with onions, garlic, kwaju sauce. So in the meantime, while this is cooking, I'm going to show you how I make my chili side. So as our pilau is slowly cooking in a pan, we're going to put oil, let it become hot, and then we are going to add our onions. going to stir this until it's golden brown. So this is perfect. I'm going to add my carrots. So I didn't add my garlic yet because I don't want it to burn. So I want to add my carrots, and then I'm going to add my chilies, and then before I add the pureed tomatoes, I'm going to add my garlic. So you can stir this for like 5 minutes. Like stay here for like 5 minutes on low heat. So I'm going to add my bay leaf. This is optional actually, it's just for the flavor. You can choose to put, you can choose not to. I like the flavor that it puts in food. Also garlic is optional. If you don't want to put garlic, you don't have to. And you can add, because I'm going to put tomato puree, you can also add a bit of tomato paste. I'm not a fan of tomato paste, also optional. So I'm going to add my chilies, because again this recipe is just made of chilies, so you're going to adjust the chili. If you like a lot of chili, if you want to add powdered chili also, you can do that. So I'm going to add my chopped up green chilies. Going to stir. You don't want this to burn, so make sure you regulate the heat. It should be on medium or medium low, so that the carrots can cook a bit and the onions can also cook but not burn. I've added my garlic paste. And now I'm going to stir the garlic paste so it doesn't burn. So immediately after, like you don't have to wait longer, immediately after I'm going to put my grated tomatoes. So if you've blended your tomatoes, it's also fine. If you like your tomatoes just sliced, that is also fine. So we've left the tomato puree to at least cook for around 5 minutes. So I'm going to add my ukwaju sauce. So if you do not know how I make the sauce, it's very easy. I have the recipe in one of my videos. You can just go and check the ukwaju sauce, of course, without anything extra. I just removed the juice from the pulp, and that's it. So we are going to add it. Here it is. We want to continue stirring, but of course I'm going to let this simmer for some time. In the meantime, I want to add a bit of cayenne pepper. If you have chili flakes, you can add. So I'm going to add a bit of cayenne pepper, and salt, and then I'm also going to add sugar so that it's not as acidic, to balance out the sourness. In the meantime, we can also check our pilau and see how it's going on. This is our pilau. It's on low heat. I'm going to leave that a bit, and then I'm going to stir it, and then maybe cover it. So we have our cayenne pepper here. I'm going to add like half a teaspoon. It is very, very hot, so again, if you like a lot of chili in your food, you can add as much as you want. So I'm going to add that, and I'm also going to add black pepper, half a teaspoon of black pepper. I've added my salt, and I've also added sugar. It's very important to add the sugar. It will help with basically adjusting the taste, the sourness of the tomatoes and of the okwaju, so it should balance it out really, really well. So we're going to let this simmer for about 5 minutes, and then it's ready. So you're going to taste your sauce and see if you need to adjust anything, but on my end it's perfect. So we're just going to leave it to simmer for 5 minutes, and then we're going to remove it. So our pilau is ready. I don't know if it's the lighting, you can't see it properly, but it looks really nice, and I'm just going to cover it and let it stay until we are ready to serve. But it's ready, it smells nice. Yeah, we have our waru. So I'm just going to cover it, and I'm going to turn off the heat because it's ready, and we're going to cover it and wait for our sauce, and then we plate. So our sauce is ready. You can just know this by the oil that's separating on the side. That means everything is good to go. So I'm going to remove this and plate our pilau in a minute. So I'm going to turn off the heat. This one is ready. So this is our pilau, guys. So I've plated it and it's ready for munching. Look at the sauce. Yeah, so try this recipe and tell me what you think, and also you can comment on what you think I should cook next. Thank you for watching. Like the video, subscribe, share, and yeah, thank you. Bye.